morning and welcome back to the channel. My name is James and we are heading to Kerosene Creek. It's been a while since I've made a video. I've been medical issue which is resolved, but I've been lacking motivation. I've been out a couple of times. I've tried to do some basic stuff. I went to Raglan and tried to make a video and set up a time lapse, did a time lapse of the sunset on the beach, but the focus was out, so everything was soft and it just didn't look well. About half the shots of the back of the camera were not good, out of focus, a lot of glare, a lot of reflection. Now feeling better. A friend of mine, Tim Stewart, I'll put a link to his stuff below. He asked me several weeks ago to go out with him to where we're going today, plus a couple of other locations. And we finally did that last week. So I have a good idea of where I'm going. I know what I want to shoot. And it's a beautiful blue sky day, which is perfect for this location. It's called Kerosene Creek because it is a spring-fed river that's thermally heated, geothermally heated from the earth. So there's quite a bit of steam that comes off the river, and here in another hour or two, the sun coming through the trees, through the steam, should generate some wonderful sunbeams. Going out with Tim has really helped my motivation, and I did some stuff that I was quite happy with last weekend, and so now I feel like I need to go out and do some more. When we get to Kerosene Creek, we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to this. I hope you join me. Well, we arrived and taking a walk. It's a pretty short walk down to the creek and then down to the pools. There's a couple of waterfalls, an upper and a lower. Upper fall is fairly small, the lower fall a little bigger. You can see here there's a large pine tree that's fallen across the creek, and I don't know if you can hear it, but the upper fall is right behind it. We'll see if it's disruptive or not to the scene. All right, we've moved up to the upper fall, and it is quite low, or excuse me, yeah, it's quite short. That tree that I mentioned that's in the background is actually giving us a nice dark backdrop. The needles have some frost on them, so they're really kind of highlighted, and there's this nice sunbeam coming down through right here. Right now we're set at f10 or f16, 10th of a second. ISO 800, and that's so that we can get that 10th of a second, get the fall where I want it. Also f16 to get this plant here in focus and the background in focus. Let's do a test shot real quick. A little too much steam coming through right then. Let's do another one. As soon as that settles down.
Let's turn our ISO down just ever so slightly so we can get a slightly longer speed. Yep, sunbeam there. Just got to wait for the opportune moment. As you can see, the steam coming off comes and goes. We just need not too much like that and not too little. Plus we need the stuff in the background to get that sunbeam. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I like that. Okay, made it to the falls. Hope you can hear me, it's quite loud. But you can see here the falls, a lot of steam coming up. And up here we've got some sun rays coming down through the steam. Let's see what I can do about turning this down a little bit. Right, should be a little better. Yeah, we've got some light rays up here. In a little while, they're going to move down closer into the falls itself. I'm going to get a polarizer on and we'll see how that works. With the polarizer on, you can see that it's darkened it up, so it takes out 1 1/3 stops of light. But as I rotate it, you can see more and more reflection comes in off the water. And then as I continue to rotate, that reflection goes away. And that's the purpose of the polarizer. It also takes out some of the glare from this steam because it's blocking 1 1/3 stops of light. So let's take a test shot here real quick. We're manual focus, f8, ISO 1600 for a 25th of a second. We're going to drop the ISO way down, maybe 400. Because that gives us 1/6 of a second there. Test shot, 2-second timer blown out right there. So let's check our focus. Back to this. The steam is plucking up some of the focus, so we'll see what we can do here. Set the focus area right there in the middle. Focus peaking is on. Let's try this again. Rotate this around just a little bit. Tilt up to get a few more of those rays in there. Let's turn on bracketing. Exposure bracketing. Now it's going to take 5 images for me. And it'll faster or slower. And I'll be able to bracket that. 2-second timer, F8. There's the 5 images. ISO 400. It's looking all right. We'll see how it looks once we get it back to the computer. A little bright. Let's put on a 3-stop filter, case magnetic filters. Let's drop that down. What that's going to do is going to allow me to slow it down quite a bit. Let's drop the ISO down a little further. We don't want to drop it that. We want it. So let's try this. Starting at 1.6 seconds, ISO 200, F8. Five shots. We've got some nice sun rays coming in up here. Looks really good. Let's try that again, but let's speed it up just a little bit. Let's take the ISO back up 400. F9. Let's start at 1 second. Again, this area is blowing out, but because we're bracketing, be able to take care of that in post. All right, 5 more shots. F9, ISO 400. We're at 24 millimeters on the lens. Well, as you can hear in the background, there's children here. Don't have a problem with that. However, it's about opportunity, and I don't want children in my photos. Plus, the sun has come up high enough now that the light's quite harsh on the water, and it's quite bright through the steam. It's all about opportunity, and the opportunity here has now passed, with people showing up and the sun being a little too high in the sky, as you can tell by what's on my face. Well, as you can see, I'm back in the car. There's quite a few people here now, including a small tour bus with quite a few people. Like I said on the trail there, it's all about opportunity, and the opportunity now is gone. The sun's high enough that everything is pretty harsh, pretty stark. But I think I got what I came for. We'll see once we get on the computer. You guys will have already seen. Yeah. If you like the content of this video, if you like what you're seeing on this channel, please subscribe. Give this video a like. If you want to support me further, there's Patreon, link down below. And like I said, I'll link to Tim Stewart's Instagram below. Appreciate you watching. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.